there you go, 100 calories. For like 30 minutes. What happened? It seems that I've teleported into another realm because it was golden hour when I started the cardio, and now it's literally diamond hour. Not a single soul's here anymore. Oh, where did everyone go? Well, it's diamond hour now. No one's here. Must time travel or something. Feels like nothing to go wrong. Alright, a story video is definitely needed today. There's a guarantee nothing happening today. But it's actually kind of heavy. I'll wipe that soon. I don't know, today's just pretty normal, right? This is kind of heavy. It's actually kind of heavy, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's lower the weight of that thing. Right, today's leg day is gonna be quite long. I don't know why, but it's gonna be long. We're actually quite busy today. We've got this, Alpha Theory regime, editing, dips and pull-ups, normal food again. Then I need to edit the DJI footage, which isn't too hard. Actually, I might even just combine the DJI footage with Earthlog because there's just nothing happening at all, so it's just not worth anything. And then after that, I will do a story video, and then I'll do Forza Horizon live stream until we have work, and that should be about it. I've noticed that every time we play League, like even though I sleep early, I'm like actually dead. Whatever. I'll figure it out. You sleep earlier, but I literally slept an hour early. Twice. So I don't know what's going on. Now I can finally go clean that stick. I don't know what's going on today. It's like we're not, I don't know. There's just nothing to talk about. We didn't play Forza Horizon yesterday, but we did do a lot of AFK farming. We did multiple hours of AFK farming, and we now have plenty of credits for the meantime. 20, I think it's like 22 million. I think if I wanted, I could do some more credit farming. It's not very hard, it's just every 10 minutes touch the controller, and you could just like do whatever you want. Well, no, you still have to be like at home, but I'm already like always in my desk anyways, so it doesn't really hurt. While I'm editing, every 10 minutes I just touch the controller, and then, just gonna automatically farm credits. Oh, we still need to drink the water too. What am I doing? I drink it during the lunges, I guess. I just, what's wrong with my hands? Whatever. Right, now it's just lunges. Pretty simple today. It looks like we got the whole entire strip too. Just lunges and should be about it. Okay, now I just need to drink rice water. I guess I'll give you guys like a story video today, maybe. Or maybe something else. Maybe not a speed run on browsing stuff to buy. Spoiler alert, nothing. Is there anything to talk about? So what did we do yesterday? We didn't even stream. Oh no, we did stream. We streamed League. The League is, I don't know. I actually uninstalled it. Yeah, I just don't. It's just not worth it anymore. I'm done playing support in League. I'm so done playing support in League. I mean, actually, no, we've got like a 100% win rate on Sona. But whatever. I think we're gonna go back to Overwatch. Maybe. I don't know. I should really. I keep saying we have like Wolfenstein and Power, but I haven't even touched those games in a while. I probably should. I have Forza Horizon though. And also, the weather's actually getting warmer this week. So the dips and pull-ups are definitely getting a bit more annoying. Mainly because the mosquitoes came out yesterday. Because it was like, I think, 18 degrees in the morning. Usually it's like 6, 7, 8, right? And the mosquitoes ain't there because it's too cold. It's so cold that you can see your breath. But yesterday was so warm that the mosquitoes just came at me, bro. But luckily, I used Aikido, got them all out of my way. And when it comes to the gym, usually the gym's heated. But sometimes when you do heavy exercises like lunges or Romanian deadlift, your body heats up really fast. So I'm actually sweating. And today's golden hour is literally just like, what, 3 people? And that's about it. Is there, we're on like 3 5s now. But there's nothing else to talk about, right? I mean, Forza Horizon's going to be the main series for now. Then we'll probably have to do like a solo recording on Wolfenstein. I probably should. And then something else. All I know is that when we were doing the cardio this morning, all of a sudden when we finished it, I felt like we were in a different reality. Because, oh no, not really. Just no one was there. Theo slipped out when I was doing the sleepwalk. Is there anything else to talk about? Nope. Again, I don't know how to say this. I think I already mentioned it many times, right? Nothing is happening in the world. Our ecosystem's absolutely chilling. Like, we have multiple things to do. Wolfenstein, if we really wanted to. Forza Horizon's currently the main arc. Filler games are slowly getting boring. Like League, I'm done with. Overwatch, I might be done with. And when it comes to food, macro, macro rice and spinach is going to be the normal for now. And yeah, I stopped eating chicken, thigh meat, and what else is there? So is there anything else today? Studio setups doing absolutely fine. No problems. Hunting and fishing. Currently, the tides are a bit off. The tide is not in our favor this week. It's outgoing tide. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Apparently, high tide's at like 5 a.m. So technically, we could literally go to the pier today, but I have nothing set up, and the river flow is too high to do any kind of outgoing tide fishing. I bet the pier would be nice, but I would have to go earlier because high tide's at like 5 a.m. Technically, nah, I don't have anything set up. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm not even in a rush to get any kind of pier fishing. I have no bait. Maybe it's time we do some. Maybe I might do like a whole entire surf casting day. I could do it today too. Technically, I have work today, but I could always just say no. I'll see about it, right? I just go to the. If I can't go to work today, I just go work the next day. You know, doesn't matter. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, That's gonna be about it for today. I might not even do a story video. It really depends. I might even just go to the beach today. I don't know. But I do have to do a whole bunch of editing stuff today. I'll see how everything goes, right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it, right? I'll see if I do a story video or not. But all I know is that, yeah, I mean, there's just so many things to do.
Yo, it's good. Hey guys, it's cold. But anyways, story time. Like I said this morning, lock in. Story 2 by Cameron. We're still doing the true motel horror stories.
So just to preface, this happened in 2022 when I was a freshman in college.
Freshman in college. Okay.
I'm from Central Texas and went to Texas State University. My family had to come pick me up from my dorm during spring break so we could go on a road trip to Oklahoma. Why Oklahoma? Well, there's a lot of Native American history there, and my stepmom has some Native American ancestry. Anyway, we spent some time in Oklahoma before deciding we were kind of bored there, so we drove to Branson. This road trip was only us girls, so my dad did not come with us. It was me, my 3 sisters, my stepmom, and my grandma.
Oh, that's a lovely group to go. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't that ain't that lovely? 3 sisters, one mother, one grandmother. What could go wrong? A whole female group on the road trip. I wonder how that's gonna go.
Once we finished up in Branson and the week-long break was coming to an end, we started our drive back to my college. The drive obviously couldn't be done in one night alone, so around 8 p.m., we decided to stop at a random motel on the side of the highway.
There's like 4 of you, no? Just someone step in and continue going. Hello? What? That don't make no sense. That's already a logic fair idea. What do you mean you can't finish the rest of the drive? One person stays up, the other person sleeps. What? You have like so many people, it's infinite. There ain't no way you got a family of 5 on a road trip and you're like, you know what? Let's go to a
way to get some sleep. We checked in and paid, but before settling in, we decided to get some pizza. Before leaving, we dropped our stuff off in our rooms. My grandma called us asking what the room number was so she could change real fast. We were standing in the lobby when she called, and my sister told her the room number out loud. That's when I noticed this man just standing at the entrance of the building. I'm very hyper aware of things because I'm scared of everything, so I always scan around and make sure nothing feels out of the ordinary. This man was wearing a black knitted sweater and black pants. I asked my sister why she thought he was standing there like that without doing anything. She brushed it off, but I didn't. At that point, I started getting even more nervous because I realized she had just said our room number out loud while this man could clearly hear her since the motel wasn't very big at all. We had to walk past him to leave, and when we did, I made eye contact with him that still sends shivers down my spine to this day, but that was it for the moment. We came back around 10 or 11 p.m. By then, we were exhausted from driving all day and just wanted to sleep. Me and my 2 sisters walked into the motel while my other sister, stepmom, and grandma stayed outside getting things from the car. When we walked in, I saw that guy again. This time, he was sitting in the far back corner of the lobby where there were TVs. That whole section was dark with no lights on. He was just sitting there doing nothing. That freaked me out even more. To make things worse, my grandma called again asking for the room number, and once again, my sister said it out loud right in front of the man. I started walking a little faster and noticed the man was now on his phone talking to someone. I couldn't hear what he was saying because he was whispering. We went up to the second floor where our rooms were. 2 of my sisters were in one room, and my other sister, stepmom, and grandma were in another room. The rooms weren't directly next to each other. There was one room separating them. We went into our room, and everything seemed fine for a little while. We were just laying on our phones getting ready for bed. Maybe 20 minutes later, we heard a knock on the door. I had already been telling my sisters how scared I was, so this immediately freaked me out because I thought it was that creepy man from downstairs. Thankfully, it was my stepmom. The second we opened the door, she rushed inside. That instantly triggered alarm bells in my head. I asked her what happened. She told us to start packing immediately, and I could tell she was dead serious. So we started packing. While we were packing, she explained that she had opened her door to put some trash outside and was suddenly face to face with a man standing silently against the wall right beside the door. When she opened it, he didn't even look surprised. He just stared at her for a second. Then she said the worst part. After staring at her, he calmly walked into the room separating our two rooms. That completely sent me over the edge. We all started leaving the motel while my stepmom went to the front desk to ask for a refund. Surprisingly, they actually gave her one after she explained the situation. After that, we walked outside, only to see the same guy stepping out of the elevator and heading back into the lobby. Once outside, we noticed another man who looked like he was trying to break into cars, and when I say that, I mean it. He had his hands cupped against windows looking inside, pulling on door handles and jiggling them trying to open the doors. I was so shocked by everything happening that I caught myself just standing there frozen. I guess we were being kind of loud because he suddenly looked over at us while we were getting into the car. He then looked toward the motel entrance and motioned his head like he was signaling someone to come outside. Thank God by then we had all gotten into the car already because I watched all of this happen from the window. The first creepy guy I had noticed earlier walked outside and started talking to the other men while they kept looking over at our car. We still hadn't driven away yet because my stepmom had called my dad to explain what was happening. And honestly, we didn't even know where to go at that point or who would take us in that late at night. Then a third man appeared. At that point, there were now 3 men slowly walking toward our car. I begged my stepmom to start driving. I guess she was panicking and didn't know what to do because everyone in the car was yelling at her to go. We finally sped off and kept driving until around 3 a.m. before finding another motel to stay at. That motel had roaches, but honestly, I'd take roaches over what we just escaped from. I still don't know what those men were planning to do, or if they even had a plan at all, but based on the way that first man acted all night, I'm incredibly glad we left before finding out.
Is there like no one else in the motel? Or like staff? What are those men gonna do? There's like 5 loud women. What are you gonna do? It's like 5 loud women in the middle of the night. Bro, one woman can make it loud as alarm. You got like 5 of them. Is the motel empty or I don't know, that story's retarded. Don't know, what can you even do from that story? Honestly, I wouldn't know, right? It's like am I missing context or like what those men gonna do? What kind of motel are you at? You know what I mean? Like what kind of security guards you got? What kind of security do you have in that motel? Like where is the hotel? What does it look like? Where are you? You know what I mean? And what do you mean there's a guy outside looking at all the cars, jiggling the handles and stuff? Like where are you at? Where you at? What's the staff doing? Again, I don't think anything would have happened to them, to be honest. There's like 3 guys. It just depends on the area you went to, right? But like, surely when I think of motel, you go to like a nice area, right? You wouldn't just go to some raggedy motel with 5 females. 1 old as hell. 1 that's just middle-aged, and then the rest that are scuffed, right? It's like, what? I don't know, that story's a bit weird. Like, how did you manage to pack up your stuff so fast and just leave? It's 3 a.m. Why would you go to another oh. Man, I don't know. What next story? Whatever. Second story is such an odd one. It's like, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context. It's like, okay, group of men. What the staff doing? You know? I don't know. Strange. I don't know. Real strange. It's
So if
cold.
you've never stayed in a motel, they're basically a hotel's smaller, broker little cousin. Compared to a hotel, they're usually completely bare bones. You just get a bed to sleep on, a bathroom, and that's it. But that's the beauty of them sometimes, if you don't want to spend hotel dollars. I feel like the 2 times you book a motel are when you're on a road trip, or if you're on a long vacation and want to offset the costs for a hotel with a motel for part of the trip. So my girlfriend Julie and I were the first example. We were driving down to Florida, which is a 17-hour drive for us.
17 hours? Bro, you might as well just take a plane. What are you doing? 17 hours. That gas is probably as much as the plane, no? What are you doing? 17 hour. What are you doing, bro? 17-hour road trip. Bro, what are you doing?
I insisted on driving all the way through or just sleeping in the car, but she didn't want to do that, understandably. When we were about 11 hours into the drive, it was dark, late, and I was feeling that feeling of struggling to keep my eyes open.
11 hours.
I'd already pinned a motel on the map half an hour earlier that Julie found. It was about a half mile off the highway. Julie...
Okay, so no plans for a stop? If you're gonna go 17 hours, you have a stop. Okay, we stop here. Not, oh, I'm kind of sleepy now. Where's the nearest motel at? It's like, if you're gonna go such a long road trip, okay, we'll go here. We'll stop here. This place, this city, this motel, we'll book in advance. We don't have to pay out there. You guys are broke. Whatever. This is like brokey stuff, huh?
Julie was already asleep.
Brokey
I would wake her up
activities.
when we got to the motel. Julie already booked us a reservation for the motel.
How?
Seeing 2 minutes left on the screen was a huge relief. I pulled us off the highway and eventually into the parking lot of the motel. It was kind of dead in there. I think there was one other car, and honestly, it could have been the front office employees. I woke Julie up, and I told her I'm going to check us in. I went to the little front office, and there was a woman sitting in there. She looked tired and disheveled, but she still gave me a smile and greeted me. I think she was sleeping, but then got up and went to the office to greet us for the reservation. She gave me the key and told me the room number, room 5. It was the far corner on the ground level. Julie and I brought our small bags into the room. It was a basic motel room. We took turns in the bathroom brushing our teeth and whatever. When I went through my bag and realized my phone charger was still in the car, I got up and told Julie I'd be right back. She just gave me a little grunt like she was too tired and saying a word would use up too much energy. I opened the door and left it cracked open. I walked over to...
What? 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 How far is the car parked? What do you mean you left the door cracked open? What are you doing? Take the keys with... Dude, someone's gonna end up just slipping through and GG. What are you doing? What are you doing?
to the car and pressed the button on the key fob to unlock it. The lights lit up, and I think that's when I noticed the lights in the front office were off. The lady went back to sleep, I guess. Maybe that car was hers and she lives on the property. Wouldn't surprise me. But now, the place was completely dark. It was a little eerie. Not even any traffic on the road. As I got to my car, I dug around looking for my charger. I have the new iPhone with the USB-C port. Julie has the old one, and she always likes to unplug my phone so she could connect to CarPlay. So I took a minute looking for it till I found it in the center compartment. I guess she put it there. I closed the door, and my heart nearly stopped when I saw someone right by the door to our room. It was a man. I left
What are you doing?
the door cracked open just as a subconscious habit so I wouldn't get locked out, even if they weren't automatic locking doors. I jogged over to make it clear I was there before this man entered the room or something weird. I have to admit, this man was large. Not just tall, but big frame too. He had on a long trench coat that did not fit the mildly chilly weather. As I got close to the door, it really looked like he was planning on opening the door. When he heard me coming, he turned around. The man from the start smiled and had a very soft demeanor. The way he spoke was so soft that instead of being calming, it was off-putting. He asked me how I was doing tonight. Mind you, it was like past 1 a.m. I could read something weird in his intentions with his small talk, so I deflected it and skipped to the important question, if there even was one, which was, "What are you doing walking around so late? Are you staying here?" He shot back his answer quickly in the same soft voice, saying, "Oh, I'm staying upstairs. Just going for a stroll." I nodded, and then smiled back and said, "Well, enjoy your walk. Have a good night." He smiled and nodded, and then I went inside and shut the door. I was pretty quick to lock it. Julie was in bed already, snoring. She sleeps like a baby, otherwise I would have been talking to her about how weird that encounter just was. I stood by the door with my ear up to it. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to hear footsteps walking away or not. All I know is, I didn't. Was he still standing there? I was scared to know, but I had to. I got on my knees, literally, and crawled over to the window, and very delicately moved the curtain a bit to the side, just enough at an angle to see in front of the door of the room.
Wait, he's not moving in the door. He's not moving the door. Okay. Bing, 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 bong, bong. Yo, what's good, Jeffrey? Oh, yo, the handgun in my bag. Oh yeah, you know, I've got a handgun right in my hand, you know. Oh, you talking about the rifle in my bag? Oh yeah, I also brought it too, you know. My girlfriend's sleeping right now. You know, that shotgun also next to her as well. Yeah, we've got that as well. Oh no, I'm just leaning against my door talking out loud, you know. Nah, yeah. Yeah, I've got that shotgun, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. But that's lying though. But I don't know.
He was there. He was actually standing in front of our motel room door as if he was just staring at it. I lay on the floor like that for 10 minutes. He wouldn't move. It was like I was having a staring contest with him, and he was having a staring contest with our door. I eventually said this and crawled over to the bed. When I got into the bed, I shook Julie awake but told her to be quiet. She was groggy until I explained everything about that encounter and that he's still outside the door.
Yo, if it's been 10 minutes, just call the police. Some guy standing at my door.
I didn't want to scare her, but I also didn't want to be alone with the situation, and I knew she wouldn't believe me if I didn't tell her. I whispered at her to go crawl to the window and look out it. She said I was scaring her and to stop, but I begged her to go look so she'd believe me. She gave in and got on her knees and crawled to the window where I moved the curtain. She looked out to the door and said, "He's not there." I said, "Look harder. Are you sure?" And then she gasped, if not shrieked. She got up and ran back to the bed. I honestly panicked and said, "What is it? What did you see?" She replied to me to go look out the window at the rooms across the parking lot. I crawled back to the window and looked around, and I saw it very quickly. The guy in the trench coat was across the parking lot. He was standing still, but still facing our room. Actually, he was facing the window, I know it, like he saw me watching him. I looked for 30 seconds and he didn't move. I yanked the curtain shut. I told Julie I'm freaking the f*** out. I grabbed a blunt object just to keep by the bed secretly. I didn't want Julie seeing that and realizing I was expecting things to get physical. We waited in the bed for like an hour, and at some point in that time, we thought we heard footsteps walk by outside, but we couldn't be sure. All I know is we both agreed we heard something outside by the window. The terrifying thought that he was outside our window the entire time was actually sick. Part of me just sensed it, that he was right outside. It was so late at this point, and we were so shot from the drive that I think we just faded away without realizing it. We woke up the next morning, actually relieved we made it through the night. We put our stuff in the car, and I went to the front desk. The same lady was there. I think she owned the place. I returned the key and told her about the man in the trench coat, and how he was creepily walking around and then standing outside our door for 10 minutes. The woman looked scared and surprised when I told her this. She said she knew of no such man. She also said we were the only guests that night. When I asked, she said she had no cameras either. Julie and I thanked the woman and we got the f*** out of there. I almost felt bad for that woman, leaving her there alone. But honestly, Julie and I didn't want to be there another second. It was just an extremely strange night. A once-in-a-lifetime creepy experience that will forever...
How the second girl never beat her sister's ass is beyond me. The sister saying her room out loud twice got on my nerves. Sister in the second story has zero surviving instinct. Real, leaving the door cracked at a random motel in the middle of the night while your girl's asleep is L-Man's. That's true. That's actually true. I think most people in these stories had 40% survival instincts. Story 2, you all had the survival instincts of a baby bird. So dumb. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's been like 20 on minutes. I'm not sure if is that everything we want to do? I guess so. Japan street kids problem. What?
How does one of the safest countries in the world still end up with teenagers
Hey, I don't think they're the safest country in the world anymore, man. I ain't gonna lie.
living like this? Did you know Japan has an alarming number of homeless kids living on the streets?
Cap.
There's a group often seen wearing gyaru-style outfits around Shinjuku, and many of them ran away from home because of abuse, toxic family situations, or stress they simply couldn't handle anymore. So instead, they spend their nights on the streets, hanging around in public areas, sleeping outside, and sometimes asking strangers for a place to stay. And the disturbing part? Some become so desperate for food, money, or a safe place to sleep that they end up relying on strangers just to survive. This isn't some internet myth or anime storyline, it's a real side of Japan that most tourists never see.
Cap. I'm calling Cap right there. I'm calling Cap right there. That's a fake story. I'm calling Cap there. That ain't true. There's no way that would just be out there on the streets. Ain't no way they're out there in the streets. They're gonna die. Get kidnapped or something. I don't know. Why not other countries like New Zealand? What are you talking about? So mid. Absolutely so mid, man. There ain't nothing interesting. There ain't nothing interesting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it, alright? So boring. Man, there's nothing to talk about now these days, huh? Even the stories are so mid. It's like, just isolate yourself in a compound. That's all you gotta do, right? You be chilling. Cheers.